When Seeker asks them for help, Ash is persuaded to commission the group to ensure Seeker's safety, and after some conversation, the group decide to help the ex-cultist. In the dream world, Lark asks Bree about her connection to Sully and tries to convince her that they are real. Who is this Lilian woman they're about to meet? I guess you're about to find out. This is The Sprouting. Chapter 2, Road of Ruin, Part 1. When the four of you make your way down the stairs, you see that there are 3 kind of small satchels that have been put in front of Tubbs's desk, and Tubbert is actually at the desk already. He looks kind of tired, as if he's been up most of the night, but he seems to be getting on with his job. He's filing, he's noting stuff down, and yeah, you can see 3 little extra packs that have been placed at the front of his desk. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning. Did you all sleep well?
Well enough.
Great. I guess we're not on for poker, huh?
No, I'm sorry. I'll catch you on the next one, though.
No worries.
I'll bring back something really cool, I promise.
Yeah, that would be cool. We'll save you a seat just in case. So, the crew came back about an hour ago. Seems like your story's true.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought they might be crazy. It's a joke.
I get it, but I'm still upset about it.
You can see that, Tubbert looks down and looks back up and is like, I haven't known Mr. Lim to joke that often, so yeah, would not have thought so. Packs are there as you wanted, and he kind of looks under his desk. He comes out with this small old pot that has a little plastic lid to it, and he reaches over the desk and hands them over to Lark. Grapes.
Grapes.
Ash said you could. Here you go.
They grab them. Grape goblin.
Instantly, ravenously disappearing.
Thank you.
Ash got you some supplies. There's extra boots in there. Although you should probably go to the trader, and if it's not the right size, a few little things in that might be worth trading.
Yeah. We'll probably be back here in a couple of days, once we're done with doing whatever Seeker needs us to do. I'm assuming that Ralph is getting access to all their digital data thing.
Mm-hmm. It's, so long as you give your name again, if you come through, you can basically have your pick of whatever you want to catalogue. Ash said that was fine. But you probably don't want to take them now if you're taking Seeker away.
Of course.
In a bit of a hurry, I assume. What about my payment?
Your payment?
All my valuable jewels and precious metals.
There you go.
All of the things that I demanded, even though I brought nothing to trade, even for the things that I sent the email to Ralph for. Yeah.
Lark picks out a few grapes and reaches them over to Sully, holds them out for you.
I'd definitely like some later, but right now I am trying to make sure that Ash actually was a man of his word.
He said he packed various tradables in there. He did pack them himself, and he said to give you this back. And he reaches under the desk and he pulls out the sniper rifle that you found and puts it out there. And he also puts a little box of ammo there, and you can see that the box has 12 in there.
Oh, that's a little bit more. Still a little awkward. I'm not going to go into details where this sniper rifle came from.
Oh God, yeah.
Seeker just looks at his watch and tries to avoid following what's happening.
Yeah. Sully takes the gun and he's going to strap it to the extra gear. All right. Sully's going to do inventory with what they got. Does he think that did he get any valuables that he could trade for, like, some scavenging gear?
Yeah, absolutely. So like there's like a kind of like essential trading things, like, like various foods in there. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell like there's like specially packaged, like they look like MREs. Like you've seen a couple of MREs in your life. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, you have like a stack of 6 of those and they're like infinitely tradable and useful if you ever get stuck. There's like what looks like electrical clips. There's a bunch of like tradables. We'll keep nondescript, so if you want something specific at the time, they're available. So you can actually top your mechanic of scavenging to the top.
Top?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to take back all the bad things I was about to say about Ash. All right. I'm going to genuinely say that Sully starts going through the backpack and then there's just just like, oh, there's way more in here than actually he came through. All right. Ralph, please put on some good shoes and...
These are good shoes. Shoes have been fine. Says the person that probably sticks to paths most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely some hiking boots amongst the mist, and like for the most part, they all do fit you. Whoever had like an eye on you and figuring out what you may or may not be able to wear, like they all fit. They're like some really good hiking shoes, and there's a couple of spare off to one side in case they didn't exactly fit, but the ones assigned to your packs, they seem to fit fine.
Yeah. Sully's like is going to be a little bit firm about this. Talks about like the dangers of wearing horseshoe gear when we're going to start like going off path. Like he's genuinely being a bit of a stickler about this.
As you're kind of like going through the spiel of wear proper shoes, Tubbs very quickly interrupts and says, "Sorry, there's Ash said to mention to you, Seeker, that Lilian's here already."
Oh.
They're waiting outside, actually.
Yeah, I was afraid that they'd be waiting. Can we move this along? I know I don't want to take up too much of their time.
All right, let's get on with this.
Do you need sunscreen?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Sully is definitely like he's gotten to that like orange leathery stage of being outside that like really like old farmers have.
Yeah.
It's March. No one needs sunscreen in March.
You are all able, with new boots on or not, entirely your choice, with about a week's worth of supplies and extra grapes and extra trading materials. And your name basically written down as free to come and go as you wish with regards to Ralph.
Oh.
You make your way to where y'all came in. It may have been a while since Seeker has been outside. I leave this entirely up to you. You definitely would have been out to meet Aster, Aster, like a couple of weeks ago. But other than that, outside, your choice. The guards let you through. You go through the big metal wall, and as it slides back into place and you kind of look around, you see that one extra car has been like piled up on top of the extra cars in front of the metal wall, so it's gotten that little bit higher. And you see standing before you, just kind of like just pacing up and down, obviously waiting, getting a little tired, like they were at sunrise, have been told to wait, and they waited extra since y'all were talking about shit. You see a woman with kind of long, like, flyaway blonde hair. She has green eyes, but if you look at the irises just a little bit longer, you can see they look like the irises are kind of smashed in with like really dark blue. She's wearing a kind of blue t-shirt, and she's wearing like denim dungarees, and she just has like a very small side bag on her and what looks like a hand sickle and a machete. Ralph, you would recognize this as Lilian that you have met in your past. And for Seeker, you've never seen this woman before, but like She kind of smiles and waves. Hey,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
no worries. And she kind of like walks straight past you to Ralph and like throws her arms around him.
Yeah, Ralph returns the hug. He's being a little bit more awkward than usual.
Like her arms don't quite go around because you have all of your gear in the way.
Yeah. He's acting natural. Smiling. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, it's been quite a while. How are you doing? And she kind of like looks you up and down.
Same as ever, you know?
She kind of like puts a hand out to your face, but kind of like stops like halfway. And she kind of like looks you in the eyes and she like twists her head a little bit and like, oh. So, not awkward at all. I am here to meet someone. I got told to stop, but she hasn't actually left Ralph's side at all.
Seeker raises a hand, just quietly, like... in here.
Yeah, Sully will vocally tell her it's him.
Hey, what can I do for you? I was told that I might have some, fucking strange nonsense news to maybe talk to you about. At least that's how they phrased it. And she nods over at the guards at the door.
Yeah, have you seen Aster lately?
Oh, we saw Aster probably about 4 or 5 days ago now. I met him at a farm, shared a meal with him.
Can you...
Shared some news.
Yeah, can you tell me the news? I'm sorry, I'm a very... Oh, he was basically like a brother to me.
You must be a seeker, right?
Yep.
Oh, you're that seeker. Okay. He spoke very friendly of you.
Thanks. I always really... Yeah, same, Aster. But would you be okay, comfortable talking about what you talked about with me? I'm trying to retrace his steps.
Right, so I found him. He was working a bit at a farm. She kind of like crosses her arms. And I was just passing through and we started talking and we shared some food. Like, I was staying at the farm for a day. I paid for a bit of sleep there and we started talking about the weird and, you know, the plants and the eldritch and stuff. And I told him that I'd heard of this burrow. It's called... oh, blimey, what was it called? Vale Lake? A place called Vale Lake. And I'd heard that some people had set up over there, so I pointed him roughly in that direction. He's a very interesting chap. I like him.
What is Vale Lake?
Vale Lake? Oh, so Vale Lake was set up, oh, blimey, 300 years ago, probably? Probably a bit longer. They pop up a lot of magic things. They seem to have known about the sprouting before it actually came. A lot of relics that they had, a lot of knowledge. It was rumoured there was a burrow around here and that was deeply buried and it belonged to them. And lo and behold, I heard from these people passing by. A bit of a weird lot, actually. Very grumpy older lady with them, and she told me she was heading off towards... New Milan, towards the lake. Actually, it's just around the corner from here, if I can guess it right. And I wrote down what they told me, and I gave that to Aster.
Okay. And did he seem more interested in that direction or Vale Lake?
Vale Lake, so far as I know, is the name of the burrow.
Oh, that's the burrow. Okay, I understand. Okay. And...
No, you go ahead. I said my questions to Aster.
That's very polite of you. I also just wanted to give you a trash bag. It's heavy duty and durable, and you can put things in it. It's made of plastic. You can. I don't have much to thank you with, but this is quite useful.
She kind of like lifts her hand. I was like, I'm all right. You keep hold of that.
Oh, thank you.
I like to travel light, and she just like pats the bag and the machete and the hand sickle on her person.
Do you know much of Gumpfendorf to the east?
Oh, right. Collection of very nice people there.
Okay. And then, did you mention anything about a journal or a book or anything, spooky related sort of stuff, like the creepy things that you sort of knew a little bit about?
Oh, no, I wouldn't know nothing about no creepy book or nothing like that, no. Can I have a quick word with you? Over here. And she kind of like finally steps away from Ralph and kind of like gestures for Seeker to come off to one side.
He follows, confused.
She kind of like looks back and in a very, very quiet voice, she says, so Aster was saying that he was a survivor of
yes.
Pt.1. Right. Anyone who's around, you can take a listen check if you want to try and snoop in.
I don't trust him, so I have to. It's a 30 on a 20, and I'm not wasting 10 luck. It's not important enough.
Well, okay. It's good to know. Do your friends know?
These immediate 3 do. And we're trying to do something that could be very important. And there's apparently a journal that I need to find, which could change things.
Oh, I don't know much about no journal. And she kind of like puts her arm around your shoulder and like walks you back to the rest of the group. I don't know anything about no journal or nothing like that.
But maybe anything tangentially related could be kind of helpful. Maybe anything to do with blood or not like,
Light blood or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anything to do with or strange.
Well, last time I saw Aster, he had a big vial of light blood. No, I'm not accusing him of nothing, but you carry that much around, you get a bit concerned. He seemed like a nice enough guy. Sure, it wasn't a problem. What can I tell you about Vale Lake? I know they've got a pass that goes out towards the Blighted Circle on the edge of the cradle. Full of very strange and weird things.
Okay.
I know that they had got relics. At least that was the theory.
Okay, and that was in the burrow that I think these 3 may have been to or recently.
Oh, y'all went to the burrow? Did you see Aster?
They did, yeah.
Where is he? How's he doing?
Unfortunately, he didn't come back, and that's what I'm trying to figure.
Oh, he's still... Unfortunately.
Yes.
Oh. In that case, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, and likewise. He was a friend to many of us, but more so my brother, and just trying to follow up on loose ends that he might have left to try and help out with his work.
I don't really have much to give you, I'm afraid, my love.
Well, it's been more than enough to know that he had light blood with him in fairly large quantities. That's maybe a clue.
Maybe. I mean, we talked about, other potential leads for what he's looking into and trying to make sure that what happened to him doesn't happen again, so...
What other leads was he looking into?
Oh, there's this, there's rumors that there's an old escaped cultist at, one of the raider places. They ran out many years ago, from very far away. And, they use their magics to keep plants away, and they know how to fix things and help people, and if anyone's going to know anything about bizarre cultist stuff, it's probably that raider guy. I don't really know much about him, I'm afraid,
Rita?
but... Who?
Was the name Rita?
No, I don't know his name, I'm sorry.
Oh.
A raider.
Raider guy. And,
Sorry, my tourist is a little bit heavy.
And he's near the Blighted Circle, maybe?
No, it's a place called... the raiders are a place called Alteshus. Altez-Hus.
Ah, Alteshus. Okay, got it.
This, anyone knows about very old weird things, it's probably him. He knows how to do all sorts of stuff. He keeps the place free of Hollow's Crest and stuff like that, and manages to keep at bay some of the night creatures. So, nice enough person. Bit weird, but nice enough. Raiders wouldn't let me trade with him, of course. His knowledge is way more valuable than things I'm carrying with me, of course.
One last small question, kind of in this line of thinking. So you mentioned that so it didn't happen again to Aster.
Right, yeah.
What in particular? Because there's a couple things that were happening. He had people who were looking after him in a bad way, and I'm wondering if you're referring to that or his, condition. Well,
you said your friends knew, so I'm gonna assume that's true. So he had a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's gone now, and he probably didn't tell you for a reason, but he had a theory that the survivors of what you went through, that when you die, that completes the ritual.
Mouth opens and closes a few times.
Oh, I think you might want to sit down.
Is that why you had lifeblood on him? Potentially, maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, that's definitely a theory. Okay. Well, I have a small bit of seaweed fish wrapped. I was going to eat it for on the road.
She raises a hand to instantly stop you. I'm all right.
Thank you. That's more than enough for me. If you guys have any questions, I'll Ralph, you apparently know each other. Maybe I don't know. I'm just going to be here thinking. He looks at his watch and tries to stare at his face while he tries to look for possible changes.
I need you to make a sanity check for me, please.
I'm good at those.
Are you, though?
007.
Damn.
700!
Damn.
An extreme success. You still take 1 point of sanity damage because things are not right. But when you look at the reflection in the watch, you just look scared. You look quite pale. Paler than normal, at least. You don't... Nothing weird seems to be happening with your reflection. There doesn't seem anything awful like that. And yeah, you seem okay-ish.
He'll just compose himself and get out of the way, feeling like he's maybe already spoken too much.
I'm assuming basically everything past them sneaking off, I could not hear.
You'd be able to hear everything except basically her asking about, like, hey, you're a survivor of Pt.1, right? I'm not out of my mind. You basically heard everything else.
Oh.
They came back very quickly.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I missed the part where you guys came back. All right, then I need to run something by V real quick.
Sure.
Blighted Circle.
Yes, that's exactly what you think it is.
All right. Did you say there are people that have a path past the Blighted Circle?
Not past it, but at least getting to it. So there's a little valley that leads its way through the Alps, and then you pop out the other side in a place that used to be called France or something like that, and there's a Blighted Circle just there. It's a very dangerous path.
Is that the one to the west that is now covered in crystal?
Yeah.
Has the crystal become safe there?
I don't know. If not been there. I only really heard what Aster spoke about it, and I mean, I don't know quite how far the crystal went. I don't know if it made it to the pass, but from what Aster was saying, crystal is a bit of a no-go, but it was many, many years since you've seen it.
Yeah. We had a crystal experience recently where the crystal wasn't actually infectious.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like, what turned crystal? Tell me about it.
The burrow just east of here.
The burrow turned to crystal?
Yeah.
Did you see what started it? They don't happen for no... And she looks at Seeker. Yeah. She looks back again and she's like, Aster.
Yeah. Seeker claims that we might be able to find a way to prevent these in the future.
That's at least what Aster was looking for.
So, I know I said I was done with questions, but you said survivors, and I just wanted to make sure it was... Were there other people that you're aware of? Or you've been made aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, what Aster knew and what I know.
But, like, none were mentioned, like, in passing, like, names, like, you know...
No, I'm afraid not.
Like Reves or something?
No.
Okay.
Not that name doesn't ring a bell with me, at least.
Okay. Thank you, and again, sorry, and I'm sorry for your loss as well, and thank you.
She, like, wants to say something more, but she decides to, like, leave it.
You've been very kind to Seeker, so, shared a lot of information with him, so I think it's only fair. The burrow to the east of here, it now belongs to Diableria, or they at least have claim to it right now. But that is the area where the crystal is, and Aster went in there looking for something. But, alas, passed away before he could do anything about it.
I don't mean to be indelicate, but how did he die?
He was shot. Did I not catch you that you said that there were people hunting him?
I have my suspicions. Aster was experiencing a lot of accidents before he passed. At least at the farm.
Nobody gave you a heads up? No person that gave you a hint?
Shakes her head. No. I tried to give him something to protect him, but he didn't seem to want it.
What'd you give him?
I tried to give him this, and she kind of like reaches into her bag. She rummages around a little bit, and she brings out this kind of like silver, like looking, like compact mirror. And it has like flowers engraved on one side, and when she opens it, you can see that on the inside, like very recently grooved in with something very sharp and very heavy. You can see that there is this kind of like this arcane symbol that you've never seen before, and it seems to be like lightly touched with red. And she closes it, and it's superstitious, I know, but.
Is it superstitious, or is it cult stuff?
Well...
I'm not judging. I traveled with Aster, and now I'm traveling with Seeker.
It's not what you think it is. Sometimes you need a little bit of extra protection, and I never know who's after me, so I usually keep this round as a... Well, I've not been killed yet, so... And I suspect sometimes that the sickles are looking for people like me. So, make sure that Seeker has this on him.
Does she give me the mirror?
Yeah.
I will. I have to ask because... there's a lot of things going on. You haven't heard of a man named Raven moving about, have you?
No, I'm sorry.
Troubles with a girl by the name of Brithiel.
No, I'm sorry, that doesn't ring a bell.
No problem. Simply looking.
think we're all looking for people, really. Mostly I've been looking for Alf, but there he is. Strange little world, isn't it?
Strange you wouldn't know where to find me.
Well, and she kind of like almost immediately, just as soon as you start talking, kind of begins to ignore Sally and walk towards you. And she says, well, it went to where you live, and you weren't there.
Oh, well, I've been getting out a bit more, but at my own pace.
She like gestures to the goggles and to Oti. Helping keeping you in check.
We're doing all right.
She nods.
How are things with you?
They're difficult. And she kind of like walks away a little bit from the group. Like, not so that you can't be overheard, but like she's definitely trying to keep the conversation quiet. It's been difficult. Been getting get the feeling like people might be looking for people like us.
What do you mean?
So, I've done a little bit of travelling about, experiments, which I've stopped. Not doing those. I didn't seem to amount to anything. But I started talking to some cultists. Then some of them figured out what I am. And I decided to leave when I realised that I was a focal point for a ritual. So I need you to be careful, especially... And she kind of like looks you like dead in the eyes. Especially because of what I think has happened to you.
Can I make a roll, V? I want to know how I feel about her intentions, her trustworthiness in this, because she's coming off as very warm. And
you can definitely take a psychology check.
Yeah. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, 14. Hard success. Versus 30.
She is being overly warm to you. Like it's not that she wasn't friendly before, but this is like being the way that you left conversations with her last time and the things that you talked about, discussed. Her suddenly stopping her experiments and then like suddenly deciding not to. I mean, yeah, it has been like a long time.
That doesn't sound right.
Her. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Like there's clearly something more going on there.
Trying to get me to trust her more.
Yes, she is actively trying to get you to trust her, and she's being overly friendly. Not just to you, but like from what you know of her, now that like she's trying to be open with you, it's very obvious now that she's being there's a little too much going on here. She knows something more than what she's letting on, and she really wants you to trust her. That doesn't necessarily mean that things she's saying are a lie. You can tell that she's definitely truthful at points, but like she's trying too hard, at least for what you know about her.
Is she caring about my safety in the way that she is letting on? Am I in danger? Or
she
is this a
genuinely
play?
Concerned for your safety.
Okay, that's not just a play. Okay.
No, like yeah, like she's
play.
Trying too hard. Yeah, she's trying too hard, but she might be trying too hard because she is actually worried about you. Like she is genuinely concerned for you and your safety.
Well, thank you for the heads up.
You're welcome.
I can't help but feel like there's things that I'm unaware of.
I think there are. But they're not. I'm assuming that your traveling companions don't know. And she says this super quietly.
Why would they?
So I can't talk about it.
Of course. Okay.
Just be very careful. Especially with new people. You have no idea what they might be trying to do.
Well, I can assume they weren't there for me.
I hope not. I hope they don't know anything about you.
No, you know me. I hardly know what's going on.
Probably safer right now.
All right, well, I guess I'll see you around.
Yeah, she kind of like begins to raise her voice again to like a normal talking volume. I'm meeting some friends over at the airport. We think we might be able to crack our way in there, so. And that potential, we're hoping. So I've got to get going before it gets too much darker.
When Rolf and the lady,
Lilian.
when Rolf and Lilian like slinked off a little bit, Sully moved over to Lark and just like, this lady seems to know a lot of things. She's like an information broker, and right now she's basically telling everybody everything they want. She's definitely somebody you want to ask about Driftwood.
You think? I thought she only knew a lot about the weird and plants.
It's weird.
That's what I heard yesterday.
Doesn't hurt to try. At worst, she says nothing.
Okay. I guess I'll try. While the whole conversation was taking place, they were just standing off to the side, just popping some grapes into their mouth and like watching the boats on the river, on the lake.
Yeah, there's plenty of them out there, and you see lots of people diving in the water.
Yeah.
They do not come up for like minutes at a time.
Yeah. So they package up their grapes, store them back into their backpack, and they go over to the lady and just wait for the conversation to end. And then they go, do you know anything about a place called Driftwood?
Oh, yeah, it's a place down south. It's part of a chain of islands. A couple of people live there, yeah. Know a little bit about it. What are you wondering?
I'm trying to get back there. I've been there before. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, she kind of like looks around a little bit and like tries to like orientate herself a little, I guess. She says, as far as I know, there isn't exactly an easy way to get there. You'd have to pass through some mountains and around them, and you might have to pass through another crystal area.
Is it... I think I heard somewhere in another conversation that some of them are not passable. Is that one that is passable?
That I don't know. I mean, maybe it's shrinking. Maybe it's like
Shrinking?
okay to pass now it's over.
Do you think do they shrink after some time? Do they revert back to normal?
She shrugs. I don't know. I just don't... I guess it's me trying to not let you lose hope. But I would definitely test it before you try.
Okay. I've seen some squirrels, and they pronounce it really weirdly. Squirrels run on the crystal in the crystal area that we saw yesterday. That's how I knew they were fine. I guess I can try to find hints like that on that area. But
it's probably a good idea, but I can't tell you exactly how far it is. It's I've met a few people who've come from there, and they've always been like, it's kind of here, kind of this way. I've never been there myself, so just passing on information I was given. I don't know how good it is, though.
Okay. Do you know... do you know a person named Weston?
It doesn't ring a bell with me.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I think that's all. Thank you. And they hold out a grape to her.
She actually reaches over and takes the grape and smiles at you and eats them. All right, well, good luck in all your journeys. And I'll probably be passing here in a month or so. If not, leave a message for me somewhere. I might be able to find you. Ralph, you take care of yourself, okay? Mindful what I said.
How old is the information you have?
On what?
On potential danger.
Couple of months.
Have you heard from Keldon?
I saw him. Sleepy Street. Not that long ago. Between the information I have and meeting you guys, couple of months. I made sure to warn him too.
Good. I would have sent ahead if you hadn't already, so.
Yeah. No, I made sure to let him know, just in case.
Do you know why?
She again looks at the others and looks back at you.
Of course.
Sorry.
All right then. Another time.
She reaches into her bag. She pulls out a piece of paper and she very quickly writes a note. And she hands them over to you.
Okay. He takes it, pockets it for now. He will read it as soon as he's away from
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Travel well. She kind of begins to back up and waves her hand at you all. And then you see her turn her back and she walks around the wall that is Diableria.
A good friend of yours, Ralph?
From a long time ago.
She seemed to care for you.
He kind of nods and doesn't say anything. He's in his head about some stuff.
Okay.
Seeker tries to bum a grape off of Lark. Hey, could I maybe try one of those?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, they hold up the bag to you so you can take some.
Appreciate it.
And they also hold one up to Ralph.
He'll pass. He's, again,
Aw.
just kind of processing a lot.
Sully grabs it.
Hey, that's for Ralph.
I never got the one you offered me in the house.
What did you get, Sully?
What did I get?
I thought. Never mind. I thought I saw something get passed to you.
Sorry, yeah, you could definitely see Sully's focused on Ralph, and then you ask him that. He's like, sorry, it's a lot going on right now. It's a silver mirror that Lilian tried to give to Aster before he started traveling. She said it's more of a superstitious safety thing, but she asked me that I'd give it to you, or at least that you would try to carry it around.
Huh. Looks interesting.
Sully's just going to hand it over to you. I trust that everybody's safety is your first concern, right?
He looks at it with the occult of a 55 versus a 60. A technical success.
Travis, you should ask before you roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can roll a different one.
Because this is a hard check.
What's that mean?
So there are levels of success when it comes to Call of Cthulhu. So you have a failure, you have a success. If you get under half your score, that is a hard success. And if you get within, I think, 1/5 of your score, it's called an extreme success. And that is the highest level of success. So I can set difficulty, generally, you decide whether you fail or whatever it is. But if I think there's something that's slightly harder, something more obscure, you're trying to jump 30 feet in the air, that kind of shit, I might up the level of difficulty, or I might give you a penalty die because there's no way that you should know, but I still want to give you a chance.
I'm so sorry.
So no worries. So in this situation, because, and I will better a little bit, because what she is giving you is something that is very obscure, there is a solid chance that you might know about it. Like, you are an occult guy, you have seen a lot of occult things. But this is like very weirdly specialized knowledge, and there is shenanigans going on with it.
So it cost me 15 luck to get a hard success?
As far as I remember, you cannot change a success into a hard or an extreme success. You can only turn a failure into a success.
I'm not sure about that, but...
I think that's the rules. I think you're only supposed to be able to, like, make a basic success. But we can check. That's what we have the assistant for. It's actually not specific in there whether it literally just says failure into a success. It doesn't... Although I guess if you're calling for a hard... It's a failure if it's not a success.
Travis could push the roll, I'm just saying.
Yes.
If there's a way to push it, I will. Otherwise, I won't.
So what we have is that we also have like 2 backup rules for trying to pass a check.
Okay.
So first, or a couple. First is luck. You can use your luck to change a failure into a success. And even if we did allow you to change that, you don't have enough luck to actually turn this into a hard success.
No.
The other alternative is called pushing the roll, which means if you roll again and you succeed, great, wonderful, perfect. If you fail, there are actual consequences to your actions.
I would try to push the roll.
Yeah, and we would discuss what that would look like. Like, what would a failure in this situation be? There is also a homebrew that we have, which is an Eldritch Bargain, where you and I, out of game, discuss, we'll say you succeed this, but there is a game or an RP consequence, and it could be anything. So, like, for example, if you want to be able to succeed on... If you want to be able to succeed on shooting your arch nemesis in the face, but you keep failing, I could offer you an Eldritch Bargain, but say, like, yeah, you shoot them, but you are also going to lose something very valuable to you in the future, and you cannot avoid it. Like, it's that kind of a thing. So that's an Eldritch Bargain that we also offer. So you would like to turn your failure into a success. We have options. What would you like to try?
If it has to do with a cult in a way that feels icky for our friend, he will destroy it immediately, without question. Like, in front of everybody. Like, if I have to use the rifle, I'll do it. So if I have to crush it, I will.
Sully is very much willing to, like, Sully is not like, you're going to prove to me, like, this is not like a thing. He is just, like, reminding you, you're traveling with 3 other people. Like, whatever the fuck this thing is, just be careful with it. Like, that's kind of what he's pushing for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we can also say that you, like, it may not necessarily be your fault when you push the roll. Mm-hmm. It could be that you drop it and you smash the mirror and, like, the hinge comes loose and parts of it bounce off into, like, unclaimable territory. So, like, yeah, we can say that if you fail this pushed roll, you break this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my odds are 1 in 3.
All right, so I need you to do a hard success for an occult.
I should have asked if I could do the thing.
What thing?
Oh! Luck.
Holy shit.
Success 23.
That is a bold push, and I'm very happy you did it.
Nice.
My one thing is I know things, and I was upset that I failed in my one task to know the thing.
Okay, hard success. Yay. I'm assuming you're taking the object away from Sully.
Well, I have to. His ask was, I'm looking out for everybody, really, and my response is, of course, everyone's safety is important, but I need to know what this is if I'm supposed to have it.
Mm-hmm. You take the object. The front is just like whatever, like the outside of this like compact case is. It's quite mundane. Like, it's kind of silvery, a little tarnished here. It has like pictures of flowers and everything over it. You open it and the mirror is strangely very clean. Like, you would expect some sort of like degradation to have happened, but it's completely clear. And the inside of the compact case is obviously being carved with an arcane rune. And the kind of like, you look at it and you stare at it and it's like, well, this is a rune. It has something to do with protection for sure. And you kind of look at it and then you get the idea to look at it in the mirror. And as you twist it and look at it in the mirror, the symbol suddenly has a very new meaning. This isn't for protection. this is more like an armament. This is more like a weapon. This is something that will focus attacks. And as you're looking at it in the mirror, you notice that the red stuff that has been carved into the symbol that has like these smears of red in it, you see like little flickers of lights in it. Like this has also been laced with light blood or Emel's blood or Carrick puddles or whatever you wish to call it. Like this is protection on one side, and in the mirror, this is attack.
So to clarify, is it kind of like a cursed object, or is it like a weapon? In a general sense.
You have a high doodad on this. This is a curse. It's a curse that's contained in the mirror, I guess. Like you can hand it around to your buddies and they will be fine, but like staring too long in the mirror, like this would bring forth some sort of damage all around you. Yeah.
Okay. Knowing this, feeling that this is the occult shit that he hates and he's vowed to destroy with his entire life, he's going to wait till they start leaving, and while they're walking, at some moment, he'll trail back for just a second, and he'll find a way to pop the mirror portion out and destroy it in a way that won't cause supernatural explosion-y stuff, I guess, using my occult knowledge of, in theory, a hard 23.
Yeah, like you definitely know that if you pop the mirror and drop this, like the symbol is like one of just protection. Like you can shatter the mirror without a problem. Are you trying to do this in a stealthy-like way away from your traveling companions?
Kind of like I just kind of pop the mirror out. Like I have the mirror piece, but I keep the thing with me, but the mirror is not going to be in it. Okay. And I'll see if I can stealth that if you want me to be stealthy about it.
I do need a stealth. Anyone who thinks they might have a chance of spotting this, you can make an opposed spot hidden roll.
Boy, do you.
Oh, wow.
So, Seeker, what did you get?
88 out of a 30.
Yeah,
so
anyone who succeeds is going to see this.
This would be a spot hidden roll.
This is a spot hidden, like literally all three of you. Because the group is so small, I'm happy for you all to try this. It's absolutely fine.
I do not see it.
Success.
Oh,
Ralph sees nothing.
Old man.
Only the quiet kid gets actually to see it. So yeah,
continuing our theme of the two old men see fuck all, and Lark sees everything.
I'm 30.
Yeah, like you look back, and it's exactly that perfect moment when you see like Mirror and Compact just go into different pockets, and I think that's a solid point to stop. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to Chapter 2, Episode 1. We really appreciate you guys listening. The kind of overwhelming support and how many people we've seen that are talking about us, it's awesome. Thank you so much for that. If you want to help us out a bit, we would really appreciate that. If you could leave us reviews wherever it is that you can possibly leave reviews, that would be great. It really helps people see what kind of show we are, and it really helps people decide really if they want to listen to something like this, and obviously, boosts us in the algorithm, so that would also be super great. So yeah, if you want to help us out, please leave us a review, and also we love reading them, so bonus. I want to continue on our Patreon naming thanks of kind of catching up with the backlog of creating an entire world with Patreon names. I want to say thank you to Iliad the Oni for Threshin Arkensteel, Chaos Brain Kathy for Vindrax and Fergaldinver, which I pronounced completely horribly and I'm very sorry, Arista for Daisy, Duke Madwalker for Talwarth, and Flapjack Fever for Strigo. You're going to hear an ad for Billowing Hilltop. Please go listen to them. It's a good show and definitely worth your listen. That's pretty much it. See you next month. Bye.
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No. Hello. Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Hello with a Billowing Hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear, waiting to get through the whole thing. No, I mean...
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello, we're the Billowing Hilltop. Okay, that's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay.
That
was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.billowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it?
It's .com.
What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
I don't know.
And, yeah.
And we will be delighted if you were to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah. Yes. We play
What was that
Dungeons
noise
and Dragons.
in the background?
Sorry, that was me.
What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. No! Quite a bit of this.
I'm completely lost.
This. This.
Got a bugbear in my underpants.
And one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify, and we're on TuneIn, and you can find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook. And we hope you join us. Thanks very much.